Welcome to the Academy of Photography. I have never failed anything in my life. I just found 10,000 ways that do not work. I'm Christian Tudor, and today I'm going to talk about probably one of the most important lessons in photography these days, which is how to pose a female model, a woman, especially if she has never posed before. As a society, we are obsessed with women beauty. Regardless if you're a man or a woman, you should love a beautiful woman presence. We are bombarded with nice images of beautiful women everywhere, newspapers, on the street, TV or internet. So what I'm going to teach you today are a few basic principles how to get the best out of a session with a woman, which are the best positions and the best poses to highlight and to enhance woman body's beauty, and also how to direct a model, especially if she has never modeled before. So today's lesson has two parts. I'm going to show you some poses myself. I believe it's important that you as a photographer try to learn how to pose first, so you can show other people what to do rather than telling them what to do. Because telling them lift your shoulder up, they're going to focus only on the shoulder and they're going to lose the whole picture. But if you do show them yourself, it's going to get a better outcome. So I would suggest you practice them first, go into someplace, into a private room, do it yourself, and try not to get intimidated by other people laughing at you. I can promise you it's important. Once you master this craft, you're going to be a better photographer. Second part, I'm going to show you a real life example. I have asked one of my previous brides to pose for me. I asked her if she has posed before. She said no, and I thought that was a good idea to bring her into a studio, do a session, and I wanted to demonstrate you that at the end of the session, if you're showing her the right techniques, you're gonna get a professional looking outcome. So first things first, let's start with the first part, and I'm gonna show you a few techniques and principles how the human body, especially the woman's body, look good in pictures. Okay, first part of our video is what are the principles of good poses. I'm not going to show you hundreds and thousands of poses because there are guides out there that are going to show you a lot of images. I've never been able to remember more than 3 and try to apply them. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to teach you principles, so you have to think for yourself and all the poses will come naturally into a logical, methodological manner. I'm going to talk about the head, I'm going to talk about shoulders, hips, legs and hands. If you do this in a logical order, you should have thousands of poses handy, and you should never run out of poses. So let's start with the head. As you can probably and already know, the head never looks good fronting the camera. So always try the model to look to face at one side and look back at the camera, look down, look up and look on the side. Same thing on the other side. Different people have different profiles, so sometimes people look better on the left or better on the right. My right or your right, it doesn't matter. Now that will be probably forced better if you're trying to get someone to twist 45 degrees and look at you. So that will force the model to have a better figure for the picture. So I'm trying to avoid the military pose. Facing the camera, this is never flattering for everyone, it's just highlighting the width. But if you do this, all the bodies will look slimmer, and also you force the model to look at you at the camera and you will have a little bit of profile. Also, if you ask the model to tilt a little bit towards the camera, that's going to avoid the risk of having the double chin. Same principle is you can ask the model to turn around completely and look on the camera over her shoulder. That will help you to avoid the double chin again. So just a quick recap: 45 degrees body position, look at the camera, look down, look up, look one side, look up and have a profile look. Same thing, turn around completely, look up, look down, look back at the camera and try to get her face relaxed so she doesn't have all the lines on her forehead. You do the same thing on the other side, look at the camera, look down, look up, look down, look up, look back at the camera and you should be alright. Try to take as many pictures as you can, because one of them, I can promise you, it's gonna be a good picture. So with the head, that's about it. Sometimes you can ask, depending on the position, you can ask the model to chin up or show you a nice face on this side. Of course, it doesn't work in isolation, so you need to be careful what you ask the model to do for you and in which position should tilt her head. Now, moving forward, shoulders and hips. Remember one principle, shoulder and hips should never be at the same level. So always have the shoulders one higher and one lower, and the hips again. And think about that, the line of the shoulders and the line of the hips should converge to one point. And that will force the model to do an S-shaped form. And this is where I wanted to get to, because you need to look always after the S form, because that looks better. I would suggest you go back and you review the composition video that I have done, and you're gonna understand the basic principles of beauty and composition. And zigzag is one of them. It's always highlighting the nice curves of the woman's body. So remember, shoulder and hips should have lines that do converge. Try to get to the S-shaped form and try to do a little bit of play with your model until she gets a little bit more comfortable and you can actually achieve the S form. You can play again with the shoulders and hips the other way. So shoulders up, shoulders down, hips up, hips down. So you do this move until you get something that you like. Also, legs are very important. The S can be also achieved by asking the model to place her weight on only one leg and play with the other. So one leg on the side, never be straight, just having a little bit bent, or one leg at the front, or even crossing legs. As you can see, crossing legs will force the body to have an S-shaped form. And we're always looking for the nice shape of the woman's hips, and that's what looks good in the picture. So remember, trying to do a little bit of dance with the model, trying to get her to cross the legs until you get an S form, and never stop taking pictures. Also, another technique I like to use is get one leg in front, get the model to go back a little bit until she has the weight on the back leg, get the hips at the back. If she has larger hips, you want to hide that, and also try to get her to breathe in until you can highlight the chest. Also trying to twist a little bit, and that's going to be an interesting pose. Now we are coming to the hands positions that we need to worry about as the last part of the posing. Basic principles: this looks graceful, have a hand relaxed, and always have the S-shaped form. Never have a straight hand, always having a little bit bent. And also this, and try to have the hand as relaxed as possible. Arms and hands should never be at the same level. So trying to do a little bit of composition, up and down, and also do a little bit of complements. This always looks better, and it follows the composition principles. So try to get them differently at different levels. Now, as a methodology, what you need to do, first of all, get an S shape until you're happy with it. There are several points and positions on the body that you can ask the model to place the hands on. It's the head, it's the shoulders, and it's the hips. There's nothing much more than that. Now, because you have two hands, two shoulders, two hips, and one head, you can combine all of these in an infinite combination. So let me show you an example. Just don't worry about one hand. Try to get one hand on the head, one hand on the shoulder, the other shoulder, the hip, and the hip. Remember, always the hand needs to be a little bit flexed. So as an exercise, first get the S shape into a position, shoulders at different levels, hips at different levels, and have the hand flexed on the head, on the shoulder, the other shoulder, hip or hip. Like that. For each individual hand position, you're trying to play with the other hand. Let's say I have this hand on the hip, I have the other hand on the head, on the shoulder, the other shoulder, like that, hip or hip. You can have this hand on your shoulder and you repeat the exercise. Like that, like that, like that. Doing this combination will help you have hundreds of poses, and you can play until you get comfortable. I can promise you, for every position you're gonna get great shot. That's about it for today in terms of poses. If you're understanding the principles and the methodology, you should never be in the position to run out of poses and ideas. I'm gonna go now to the second part of the lesson. Basically, this is about how a woman looks good in pictures.
Okay.
So rule number one,
yep.
Never front. So that's just for testing. Okay?
Front as in straight,
as in front,
straight,
as in front.
Straight front.
Straight front.
Oh,
so
right, okay.
everyone
So
looks a little bit on the side.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah.
So I just want you to turn a little bit towards the light. Okay? Then you look at it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Mm-hmm. Now, usually there's an exercise. You're still a little bit tension. So I want you to look left at me and right. Okay?
Your
So
left or my left?
left, right, whatever.
Okay.
Your right. So I want you to look
Yeah.
towards the light.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, then to this.
Okay. This is just simple stuff now
Okay.
until we get comfortable.
Sure.
And after that, we'll try to pose a little bit better. Okay. Now you look at me. And I want you to look. Yeah, that's it. Hands. All right. Never have the hands on the same level. Okay. And usually hands look good like that. All right. Or like that. So this is graceful. All right. So if I'm asking you to do something, I'm going to show you what to do. But usually hands like that. And usually one hand in a way, one hand the other way. This is how we're going to close the composition.
Okay.
So I want you to do what I'm doing. All right?
Yep.
This way, and you look look back. And the other hand we're not going to use.
Okay.
But we'll play with the other hand in a second.
Yep.
Just come a little bit closer. Just like you're trying. Yeah, that's it. One hand up and one hand on your shoulder, like you're patting yourself. That's it, perfect. All right, I want to see a little bit more of your face, so if you can.
Okay.
Yeah. You feel comfortable in this position?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I want you to turn slightly towards me with the whole body, so I can see a bit more of you. Yeah. Forget about this hand now.
Okay.
Just put it on your shoulder. All right. That's it. So basically, what I want you to, that's it. All right. Okay, look at me. A little bit dangerous, so a little bit like that. Okay. That's it. And smile, just smile. And I want to have whichever hand you feel comfortable, just put it over your head. This is way better. So this is probably, we are getting somewhere. All right. Try the other hand now.
The other one like that?
Yes, perfect. Now look at, in profile, look at the hand the other way, onto your shoulder.
Like this?
This.
This way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This way. Now I want you to look at me now. This is better. Now, I want to do some full body ones. So I want you to do exactly what I'm doing. So usually, in a full body pose, again, human shape is like that, and we need to accentuate that. Never be face with the camera, just a little bit on the side. Right? Hips usually look a little bit better, like that. Okay, a little bit towards. And if you accentuate this part of your body, it's gonna look good. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, alright? So hands again like that and like that. Alright? And we're gonna play until we get the right one. Okay?
Alright.
So, and that hand on top of your head. That's it. I want an S. Alright?
Yeah.
S looks good. So try to be S.
S like as possible.
Exactly. You just did it. Alright? Honestly. Don't. If you play, it's gonna look better.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I'm asking you, you don't visualize it until you actually feel it.
Yeah, no, it's true. When you've not done that position before, you
because
don't
I'm asking you, and you need to be perfect. This is it.
Accentuate it.
Yep, that's it. That's a very good pose.
Okay.
All right. CBS. That looks good. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
If I get the S, all right.
Yeah.
You have a nice figure. Let's use it. Okay. Let's one more time until you get comfortable and you understand what I want. Okay. Perfect. Now we're getting somewhere. So I want you now, just with your eyes, look at me, just with your eyes. Now that's a pose. Alright?
It feels like a pose.
It feels like a pose?
Yeah.
It is a pose. Look at me a little bit cheeky. Alright? That's it. I want that hand.
Yeah.
Don't change position. Put it on your, that's it. Play with your head. Just play with your head. Is that alright?
Yeah. No, that's fine, yeah. Oh. Yeah.
And flex it a little bit, okay? That's it.
Okay.
you know how good this looks? You have to feel it, all right?
Yeah.
So usually when the hands are slightly at different level, it's going to look good. Never have the hips parallel with the ground.
Okay.
So one hip higher,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
And usually one shoulder higher than the other. Okay?
Yeah.
So until you feel the S,
Yep. Okay.
that's exactly like you're doing a dance, all right?
Yep. Yep.
That's perfect.
Okay.
This is perfect. This is perfect, all right?
See that? Okay.
Are you getting
Yeah,
into it,
yeah.
all right? We'll do an exercise.
Yep.
So I'm saying 1, 2, 3. Only this hand. 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4. All right?
Okay.
Just with that hand.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
One of them will be good. All right?
Mhm.
Maintain position and do 1. That's it. Put it somewhere else. That's it. And on top of your head. That's it. We're getting better.
Yeah.
Definitely we're getting better. All right? Arch your back a little bit and
Head back or?
head back a little bit more. That's it. Okay, can you lift one leg up? Up. This is actually interesting. Sorry for your pain, but I think it's worth it.
Okay, yeah, that's working well.
Alright?
Okay.
This is a very nice pose, very classic, but I can, it's comfortable, I can see everything, it looks good.
Okay.
Just relax. Alright? That's it. Very nice. Alright? Just comfortable? Just comfortable, you're on a picnic, just get closer to your, yeah, that's it. Perfect. See? I didn't give you too much direction, you do it naturally, you feel comfortable, this is it. Very nice. Alright, and then this is a bed. So what I want, basically, this is a wedding pose. Same thing, alright? So like that, and like that. Alright? Or actually, keep it like that. Or maybe something like that, alright?
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed this video and you picked up a few tips. I'm gonna challenge you to do 3 sessions for yourself and get 3 individual female models, especially females that have never posed in front of a camera, and that should be a good exercise for you and for them. And I can promise you, within 1 hour, if you're doing things right, everyone is going to be more comfortable with each other and you should be able to get great poses. If you like the video, just give us a thumb up. Do not forget to subscribe on the Academy of Photography website, where we have a newsletter group, and we're going to upload and send people information and new tips every week. Before I go, I would like to mention someone who's always very passionate about what we do, and we get a lot of feedback all the time. His name is Simon Everett. Simon, he's really passionate about what we do and actually applies some of our lessons, and I have seen a lot of progress. Simon has been a true supporter and a true fan of the Academy of Photography. He has contributed with several blog posts. Simon, thank you for your support, thank you for your trust, never stop learning, and let's keep in touch. All right, that's about it for today. Until I see you next time, I wish you happy shooting. Thank you very much.